my testimony. Part 5. I don't know how many parts there'll be, but so far we're going through the little timeline. I made it maybe about 10 years. I'm up to about age 25 now. And to pick up where we left off, do you think he was allowed in the room? Yes. Yes. He came in, he saw the baby. I told him to wash his hands. He picked up the baby. My mama was looking like, who is this? My aunt is like, who is this? Because again, he was ghost. Who was pregnant, and nobody knew how I was pregnant. But anyway, yeah, so I let him hold her. He was all emotional and carrying on, whatever. And he never came back. That was it. He never came to sign the birth certificate. He never came to do any of that. So, yeah, that's what happened. Fast forward a few years, my dad, he actually got sick at the same time that I was in the hospital giving birth. He got sick, and they put him, he had a stroke actually, so they put him in rehab to get better from his stroke. And also another event, after I had my baby, I had to be there for a couple days. My mom went home. She went to a yard sale across the street from us and got bit by a dog. So yeah, it was a very eventful week. This was also the 2 days later. This was July 9th, 2011. July 11th, 2011, I went home, and it was the hottest day of the year. It was 107 degrees, and my dad was still in the hospital. So my mom and my sister and some other family members came to get me and took me home. I basically, my mom was in love. She had a brand new grandbaby in the house. This is my first baby. I'm really stressed out. I'm really sad and depressed because I was sad that I was a single parent. And I couldn't really pay attention to being a parent. I wasn't excited. So I wouldn't call it postpartum depression. I wouldn't say it then, but I guess now, looking back on what postpartum depression really is, I guess I did have it. So this went on. My dad came home from rehab about a month, maybe a month and a half later. By that time, I had snapped out of it. I was doing things around the house, cleaning and doing the normal, trying to keep myself busy, trying to stay out of his way. He would always look at my baby in passing, because my mama had her a lot. He would look at her in passing, but he would never hold her. And then came time, maybe about 3 or 4 months later, close to my birthday. We had a party at my house. My sisters and family came for my birthday party, and my dad was holding her. So I don't know if whatever made him come around, but I guess he just needed time to soak up the fact that this is his first grandbaby, and that she came so unexpectedly, and at the time that he was sick, and I think he was just grateful. So I give God the glory there. God is good. Having my daughter brought my dad around so that he could have a relationship with her, but he still wasn't talking to me. It was awkward. I was still living in my parents' home. We're going to fast forward at least until, I think she had to be maybe about 2. She was about 2. Well, yeah, because we even moved. We made a drastic move. We moved from our hometown to another city and state, which was drastic, but I moved with my parents. I stuck with them. And then as we were here at a different city and state, as my daughter got older, my dad got closer to her. So we were in better relationships, basically. Still no signs from the idiot. No calls, no emails, no nothing. Fast forward a little more, and I met my current husband in the new city and state where we moved. And yeah, we were hanging out. We were hanging out a lot. We were like best friends. At this point, my daughter might have been like 2 or 3. And my parents, my family, nobody's ever at this point has never seen me in a relationship with a man. Okay, I had a baby. Nobody knew whose the baby was, where did she come from, or nothing like that, right? It was hilarious, actually. But by this time, my daughter was around me all the time. And when she met my new boyfriend, which is my current husband, she was not happy. She was mean to him. She would make faces at him and just do all kind of crazy stuff. Eventually, I just realized that my angle was off. But she would be mean to him, and she would make faces at him, and all kind of crazy stuff. Just to think back on it now, it's hilarious. But as you can see, I mean, I'm fast forward to maybe about age 3, in a new city and state, and yeah, I think I'm gonna stop right there. Come back for part 6, as I think it might not be too many more parts left of the story that gets me up to now, to right here. So I appreciate you. Don't forget, God's gonna get the glory out of this testimony, y'all. And it's not traumatic. It's not, it's not as I'm trying to think of the word. It's not as bad as you might think. Just because it's a testimony doesn't mean I had to be raped, and I had to be beaten, and I had to be hospitalized, and I had to go to jail, and like, God forbid all those things. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. But it's still my testimony, and God's gonna get the glory, because He used me. And really, at this point, I'm like, people were just saying stuff about me that wasn't true, and really, we gotta watch what we say, because they was talking that stuff into my life. They were making it real, and it hadn't even happened yet. I feel like I was a perfect child. So come back, you guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.